Yeah, I want a couple million in my debit account. And I want a car so foreign it's too hard to pronounce. And I want a bomb so big that I could light up an ounce. Yeah, I want solid gold toilet bowls in my house.
Hey everybody, Chris here. Thanks for being patient with me. I've been really busy over the last couple weeks, been working on the deck, building some stuff around the house, and I was out of town for a few days for my motorcycle riding course, so I got that all squared away. I've also been working on this Adobe stuff. It's not easy to learn, but now I'm getting somewhere, so these videos will get better over the coming months. But anyway, the point of today's video, I want to talk about investing for your children or your nieces or nephew or any child that's under the age of 18 that you want to give them a little leg up in life. So we're going to be talking about custodial accounts. I'm going to show you the Charles Schwab platform that I have my kids' custodial accounts open on that I trade with. I also have my IRA in there. It's not the only platform I use. I just use this one for these specific things because Charles Schwab makes it super simple to navigate between them and easily trade and monitor all of them. So let's not waste any time. The first trade that I made for my cousin today, I opened up a custodial account for her, and I made her first trade, so we're going to look at that. Alright, so today I'm only making a trade on Sage's account just to get her account rolling a little bit. The other kids I'm going to hold off because I'm adding some cash so we can get some Starbucks or maybe even some Apple or something a little bit more in that range. But let's take a look at Sage's account. Let's take a look at this trade. So for Sage's account, we went ahead and went to the Charles Schwab platform. I want to buy her a share of space, so I believe in this company long term. So you click on reinvest dividends. I do that for every stock, even though they might not pay dividends, they might in the future. That's just something I do. It's not money I plan on pulling out for a good while. Well, this is in Sage's account, so it's not going to be until she's after 18. So she's got a good 12 years on her hands there. So it's that simple. She now owns a share of space. So this is what I like about the Charles Schwab platform. It has this convenient drop-down list where I can just very easily navigate between all of the kids' accounts, all of the retirement accounts. You'll see the kids' retirement accounts pop up on here in a couple of weeks or a month or so. But it's super easy to navigate between them, to look at the balances, to make the trade. And Charles Schwab charges absolutely no fees. Some other platforms might charge you a fee for some foreign stocks, but Charles Schwab will not. They charge absolutely zero fees for any stock. Like I had that issue with MindMed, Patriot One, Planet 13. I had that issue with some of the other platforms, but Charles Schwab is 100% no fees for buying any stock. So let's cover the custodial accounts a little bit more in depth real quick. So basically what it is, it's a stock brokerage account that is legally in the minor's name, but you are acting, or whoever opens the account is acting as the guardian or the custodian of that account. You are simply managing what stocks are bought and sold, and how much cash is held into that account. Once the child turns 18, then they take control of it. They fill out a simple transfer form with Charles Schwab just to register their name and their username and email address and whatnot. And once that's done, it's completely up to them what they do with that money. In most states, it transfers to them when they turn 18. Some states it can be 21, and in very few states, in very limited circumstances, it can be as old as 25 years old. But no matter what, even 18 years old, start getting your kids long term. It doesn't matter how much you invest, it just matters that you do it. Let's look at Apple, for example. Apple is a perfect example of this. Let's say somebody put on March 1st, the first month after I was born, let's say they put $25 into Apple, just one time. It's a one-time gift. Today, that $25 would be worth almost $3,500, and that would be splitting up again pretty soon. Speaking of split, Apple's Apple announced another stock split today. So let's say you bought just before their last stock split, about a week before. I believe it's June 9th, 2014 that they split. Let's say you bought one share. I believe they're trading at about $6.50, somewhere around there. Let's say you bought one share one time. That $650 would be worth $3,000 today. Not only would that be worth $3,000 today, that one share, that would have split into 7. Those 7 shares on the last day of August 2020, those 7 shares would turn into 28 shares. So your one share investment at $650 would have more than paid you back by this point. So again, it doesn't matter how much you invest. Don't worry about the ups and downs. Don't worry about the in-betweens. Don't invest money that you can't afford to lose or money that you're going to need. That's how people screw themselves. Invest what you know. Invest what you understand. If you don't understand any of it, find yourself a good index fund. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Those are successful. Just invest, get your money in there, start building your wealth. But start with your kids' wealth because that makes the most impact. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you liked the video. It wasn't as good as I thought I wanted it to be, but I'll get better at this Adobe stuff the further I go along and the more I teach myself. So I'm going to revisit this topic in the future when I get my editing skills a little bit more sharpened. But in the meantime, I'm going to be posting a bunch of different videos. My next set of videos, once my brother Joe gets here, we're going to be taking our recycling cans and see what we can make that into. I already started that earlier this year and it's already up over 100%, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to actually start documenting that from this point on. I'm going to be updating everybody on the kids' custodial accounts every month, just so everybody can track their wealth and their net worth going forward from this point. I only started investing for them a couple months ago, unfortunately, but they're off to a great start. We were very fortunate to have the free cash to be able to throw at that. So embrace the savage, keep investing. Don't stop looking for that money, baby, because there's bags of money all over the place. J Pow is just printing that son of a bitch off, but for some reason we're out of coins. But I guess that's okay. So stay tuned for the next video. These will get better, and I'm gonna get this Adobe crap down, and we will go from there. We're trying to get $1 billion, and I'm trying to have some weird billionaire sex with Nikki Glaser. That's all any of this is about. This whole thing. Nothing else matters but that. I'm just making money for that reason. Once I meet Nikki Glaser, I'm just gonna disappear for a few months, at least, probably. But anywho, I digress. See you next time. Embrace the savage, get that long term, and get that money.